Today is the big day to think of how far flung we have come and how far we have to go. Along with multifarious struggles and triumphs, there is much more to thrive and much more to show. Let's rejoice the majestic journey this establishment had up to now. Let's raise a toast to make it even better. Let's take a vow. A very warm good afternoon, good morning, good evening to all of you present here from all parts of the world. I welcome our honored Managing Director, well acclaimed chief guests, guest of honor, and all treasured invitees, revered teachers, and of course, all the participants who are out there. How lovely is this day! And so does the ambience and the aura surrounding it, undoubtedly virtual. Soon the colors of this merriment will unfurl and will transport us to another world. And today, we are having brilliant minds to talk about the importance of public speaking. The sparkle of fire is the witness of your worth. The silent flounce of the water is the witness of your softness. The rising of the sun in the east and the sunset in the west is the witness of your rhythm. Rhythmical movement of the moon is the witness of your perfection. My words, my soul are the witness of oneness glory, Allah, whose glorification cannot be described in words. Communication, the backbone of our society. It allows us to form connections, influence decisions, and motivate change. Without communication skills, the ability to progress in the working world and in life itself would be nearly impossible. Public speaking is one of the most important and most dreaded forms of communication. Claustrophobia or speech anxiety is the most common fear people have across the globe. Throughout primary school, it is easy to be the student who sits in the back of the classroom and avoids raising his or her hand to dodge such situations. But in the working world, public speaking is a vital skill to have and to hold. It affects simple everyday interactions between the co-workers, bosses, employees, marketing professionals, clients, so on and on. It can have an enormous impact on your career path and your level of success in your industry. When it rated jury of judges, respected teachers, and dear friends, I, Swarleen Kaur, a personality coach, international speaker, author, and educator, and above all, the host for this session, warmly welcome you all on behalf of AAIEI. Furthermore, I thank you all on behalf of the organizer of the program for gracing the event with your pleasing presence. It's really encouraging and overwhelming for our effort. It has shoot up our morale too. This program is an initiative to impart public speaking skills in us so that we can compete with the world and be able to talk confidently and head to head with those who deem us educationally inferior. The program shall have 2 sessions that would consist thought-provoking motivational speeches. I strongly assure you that this program will be life-changing experience and a great source of inspiration, insight, and yes, for sure joy for all of us. I believe that you were all curious to witness these performances. Well, before I begin, there's only one thing to say. We're all here to encourage public speaking, speaking to each other, interpersonal speaking, intrapersonal speaking. It all requires a lot of practice and it requires a lot of morale to get up and come out of your comfort zone to come and speak. Let me proceed and lift the curtains and show you the dignitaries of the event. Today, I think we have a gala of the events and the speakers, and we are honored and pleased. Today, we have with us Mr. Abhishek Gupta, a name to reckon with when it comes to niche circle of personal excellence coaching, a productivity expert, By profession, he boasts of a profile that entails his many successful collaborations with eminent corporates. Renowned in both national and international circles, he has successfully led thousands of people in their transformational journey. An international trainer with domain experience spanning over 15 years, he runs one of the most practical communication skills programs in India. This life coach also happens to be a certified hypnotherapist and NLP practitioner, providing empathetic counsel to his clients via psychological techniques and guided meditation. We welcome you, sir, and we are honored by your presence. May we please have the honor of listening to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Uh, a very good morning. So just to check, we are on virtual platform. Am I audible? The best question that people ask, right?
Perfect, sir. You are.
Thank you so much for the warm welcome you had. Yeah, you got this thing from somewhere, right? Fine. So a very beautiful good morning to all my senior members, special guests, my friends, and my dear participants. My name is Abhishek, and I've been training, motivating, mentoring professionals since 2005. And in my 15 years of intensive experience, I have come across, I have learned, I have discovered, I have practiced numerous strategies that can actually make you a great public speaker. And out of them, today I'm going to discuss 5 of them with you that can actually help you to reach that next level. Communication skills. Communication skill is a knowledge multiplier. What do I mean by that? See, it doesn't matter what field you work into. It doesn't matter what skills you have. If you have this one communication skill, this will actually multiply all your present skills into 10 times, 50 times, 100 times. Sky's the limit. It's that important life skill. As a human, it makes us more human because in this world, we have the capability to communicate, to convey our ideas, to make an impact in people's life, right? So it makes us more human if we have that skill. Before coming to the next 5 points, I would like to congratulate all the participants who are actually going to participate in this competition, right? And that brings me to the first point: participation. See, participation is the first step towards success. How many of us know that walking is good for health? Yes or no? But how many actually walk? See, knowing is not doing. Knowledge is not power. Applying the knowledge that you have is the actual power. See, and what is the first step? Participate. Start. Take that first step, and you all have done that. You are participating in this competition. So you are. See, when you take the first step, you come in the top 5% of the people in this world. And isn't that amazing? See, the most successful people in this world are not talented people. The most successful people in this world, ladies and gentlemen, are not talented people. They're actually action takers. They are doers. So take that action, right? Take that action. And that brings me to the second point. Many times we are ready to take action, but we are scared. We are very scared. We are nervous. See, nervousness is okay, and do not fight it. See, Mark Twain, the great speakers of all times, has said that there are 2 types of speakers in this world. One, who are nervous, and the second, who are liars. So, see, do not fight nervousness. It's okay, it's normal. As I said, you should know how to channelize that nervousness, how to change that anxiety into excitement. And we have numerous strategies to do so, to change that powerful energy of nervousness into excitement. You just need to be aware that nervousness is okay. But still, many of us do not start something. Hey, be it be anything. Maybe your first speech, maybe a business, or writing a book, or startup, anything. They don't even start. And the reason is they fall in a trap. And that trap is the trap of perfection. See, perfection is the enemy of progress. So do not fall in that trap. We think I take lots of communication classes, and my participants say that, sir, I will give the speech when I'm perfect. And I say you won't become perfect if you don't give your first 100 speeches. So never wait for perfection. Never wait for the perfect time. The perfect time is now. Like Ratan Tata says that I never take right decisions. Ratan Tata says that I never take right decisions. I take the decisions and I then make them right by my hard work. by the efforts. So, dear public speakers, wherever you are, do not wait for becoming a great public speaker. Just go today, deliver, speak how much ever you can, speak wherever you can, and start your journey to be a mesmerizing speaker. And how will you become one mesmerizing speaker? That brings me to the third point, and that is WIIFM. That means whenever you speak, if you want to become a mesmerizing speaker, WIIFM is. So that's the fourth point, by the way. What's in it for me? See, whenever you speak, you should know you're talking to an audience and you have to take care of this thing. What's in it for me? What is the takeaway? What is the benefit that audience is getting listening to you? See, the time is very precious. The time of the audience is very precious. They are not going to get it back. So make sure you deserve their time. You deserve their time, right? So, and that brings, while you are doing so, you become the mesmerizing speaker. But there's one more attribute, the last point, the fifth point that you should take care of. That is, you should have a charisma of a leader. You can be a good speaker, but if you don't have the charisma of a leader, you won't leave that impact. That conviction you have, that amazing body language that you possess, that voice modulation, just gestures, and most importantly, the authenticity that you have makes you a charismatic speaker. So, my dear people, that were the 5 points which I wanted to share with you. But yes, I have one last point also. That is the 6th point, and that is always surprise your audience. Give something more, over deliver. The last point is you might be a great speaker. You might have great confidence. You might have great presentation skills. You might be so mesmerizing. You might have that charisma as well. But one attribute you should have, and that is being humble. See, bring that humility in every word, in every act, in every gesture that you have. Remember one thing, ladies and gentlemen, remember one thing. Confidence without humbleness is arrogance. I will repeat, ladies and gentlemen, the last thing, confidence without humbleness is arrogance. Make sure you're confident, you're a great speaker with all those humbleness. That was our time. Thank you so much for giving me this time. Love and respect, Abhishek. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Very well appreciated and a learning point. What I could take, my takeaway was be empathetic. Yes, definitely put your feet in somebody else's shoe and then you know where it hurts. Thank you, sir. Thank you for such lovely words. We really appreciate your presence.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
We are in the learning process today. Yes, all throughout the year 2020, we unlearned what we had learned all these years and we relearned. Still, we are in the job of learning, and this process must never end. Because once when we think we are learned, we are gone. Well, next on the profile, we have Professor A.R. Siddiqui. So, Professor Siddiqui is a professor in HOD, Department of Geography, Allahabad University, India. He's a magnificent and an inspirational individual with extensive research and teaching experience. Professor A.R. Siddiqui did his BSc, MSc, MPhil, and PhD degree from Aligarh Muslim University, Aligarh, qualified his UGC NET. He has started his initial career from Chaudhry Charan Singh University, Meerut, in the year 1999 as a lecturer. Later, he joined University of Allahabad University in the year 2001. He has been elevated as reader in the year 2009. He has been an associate professor in 2012 and professor in 2015. He has completed an RMS training course and 3 international training programs sponsored by United Nations. Sir has also obtained PG Diploma in Geoinformation Science, specialization in geohazards from IIRS Dehradun and ITC, the Netherlands. His specialization is in arid zone research, urban environmental issues, and application of remote sensing and GIS in land degradation studies. Sir has also supervised 9 PhD students. He has published 38 research papers in peer-reviewed journals, and Dr. Siddiqui is author of 3 books. Sir has attended more than 70 national and international conferences. Sir is recipient of Excellence Award in the year 2018 by University of Allahabad. He has visited France, Russia, China, Belgium, Netherlands, Switzerland, Italy, Austria, Greece, Nepal for his academic purposes. Dr. Siddiqui is member of various professional bodies. Dr. Siddiqui was also Dean Students Welfare twice. Presently, he is having the responsibility of International Advisor of Foreign Students, Chairman Data Cell, Nodal Officer, NIRF, AISHE, etc. We extend a hearty welcome to you, sir.
Thank you, madam, for your kind words. Good morning, all of you. First of all, I would like to congratulate Dr. Naima Umar, founder of AAIE International Institute. Dr. Naima Umar also is a well-known geographer and well-known researcher and public speaker. I would like to congratulate Dr. Naima Umar for the initiation of this program. Really, I'm very happy to see Professor Mary Tahir from Jamia Millia University and Professor Muhammad Muhammadian, Professor Rajkumar Singh, Dr. Tahira Khanam, Dr. Antonia Lorenzo Lopez, Dr. Sayyid Ali Nawaz Zaidisa from Department of Law, MU, Dr. Sam, and my friend Professor Rashid Aziz Faridi. Basically, we are from different background. We are from geography. I am teaching geography in Allahabad University. So then I will speak in different way regarding the significance of public speaking in the era of COVID and when Indian government is going to announce a new education policy. Dear participants, as we all are aware that India has a large education system. We have near about 1,000 universities and nearly 40,000 UG and PG colleges, and we have 45 central universities in India, and 101 top ranking institutes, IITs, ISCs, Indian Science Institutes. India, there are about 37 million enrollment in higher education. Out of 37 million enrollment, about 79% enrollment related to UG classes, and 11.23% in PG classes. So there is 1,61,000 enrollment in PhDs. So I must appreciate your effort for the initiation and organizing this program for the career building of the students and enhancements of capabilities among the students. So because it is directly related with the personality development of the students. Public speaking helps, definitely public speaking helps in growing leadership skill among the students, those who are seeking their career in different opportunities, different sectors. So I have already mentioned, India is having large education system, and there is need to begin such type of program and training programs, because we are living in the age of COVID era, and we are going to already Indian government has declared the new education policy, where our students are going to opt their career in different discipline, whether they belong to science discipline, arts faculty, or commerce faculty, does not mean. So now I want to draw your attention towards the variations in different field, like variation in skill development, and government is asking different government agencies to map the skill map for they are recommending their policies towards skill mapping of the India. So there is a lot of variation in skill mapping, variation in acquiring knowledge from different corners of India, variation in the adaptation of technology, variation in the behavior of the people of the country, variation in the level of competency. And we are very serious to map the abilities and competency of our population composition. So skill mapping and competency mapping is a very difficult task. And this is the era of globalization, globalization, and this is the era of receiving many new innovations, adopting technologies in order to enhance our capabilities. So this is the time of declaration of new education policy. So a student can opt any subject, any discipline, and this is the time of arrival of many foreign university where we will face the challenges in which direction we have to opt, we have to choose our career opportunities. So in this time, I hope this type of program, which is directly related to enhancement of our human capabilities and personality development, will help to the students for their career. In this time, there is need to aware the students about benefit of public speaking and elements of growing leadership qualities among the students, and ability of public speaking competency will definitely will boost our level of confidence. It will help in enhancing our critical thinking, as Dr. Abhishek already mentioned many important elements to boost our personality development through public speaking. It will help in our personality development and communication skill, and of course it will help in enhancing personal relation and professional network throughout the globe. So in this situation, in the time of COVID, Dr. Naima Umar initiated very well organized program. I must congratulate organizers for the initiation of this program. Although I do not belong to public speaking and leadership program. I'm simply teaching geography at Central University. But you have given me opportunity to draw your attention towards our large system. So this type of program will diffuse the knowledge among the students. How any student can make linkages to different institutes and different centers to enhance their capabilities. I think this is a very important aspect. In many states of India, they are having lack of infrastructure facilities. They are having lack of many new innovations. So this type of program will diffuse information among the students, those who are residing in remote areas and those they are having lack of any facilities. So this type of program will enhance the capabilities of human resource of our country and in many countries of globe. So I must congratulate Dr. Naima Umar and organizer of this program to initiate the process. And definitely this type of program will enrich many education institute and many universities of India and many universities those are located in different part of the world. And thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to say a few words, particularly in the context of India, particularly context of during COVID time, and particularly during the announcement and declaration of new education policy in India. And it will reflect, your effort will reflect and among the students. And thank you very much, madam, for giving me space to speak. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. It is our honor that you are here today. And the kind of my takeaway here from here is the importance that you have laid on the personality of the children. Yes, I strongly, as a personality coach, believe that our personality is our unique ID card that we all carry. And this unique identity, we need to procure it, secure it, and enhance it. Thank you so very much for your
Thank you.
valuable-
Thank you.
Thank you. We have on our panel Professor Mayari Tahir. Professor Mayari Tahir is Professor and HOD Department of Geography, Jamia Millia Islamia, New Delhi, India. Is a highly dedicated and inspiring woman with excellent research and teaching experience. There are numbers of PG level students she has taught in the field of climatology, oceanography, political geography, and geography of crime, topographic and thematic mapping. Moreover, several scholars have done PhD, MPhil under her supervision in social geography and environmental geography. Specialization, she has presented papers, performed as honorary guest in number of conferences, seminars, workshops, both national and international. She has also motivated n number of students, and they are at high places in their professional career. I would request you, Mary Tahir ma'am, to deliver a few words to encourage our performers and audience in the public speaking. We are
Thank
honored to
you.
have you, ma'am. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, dear. And thank you for your very kind words you have given to me.
Thank you,
I don't
ma'am.
know whether I really deserve them or not, but you have been really very kind enough, generous enough with your words.
Thank
A
you.
very good morning to all guests of honor and dignitaries from across the country and around the globe. We have with us over here, I heard Professor A.R. Siddiqui, wonderful speech he had just given. We have with us Professor Yar Mohammedin, Dr. Sayyid Ali Nawaz Zaidi, Professor Rajkumar Singh, Dr. Antonia Lorenzo Lopez, Dr. Tahara Khanum, Dr. Ghazala Raza, and Dr. Sam Salim. Faculty and supporting staff from AAIEI, participants, scholars, students, friends, and most importantly, organizers of AAIEI International Public Speaking Competition, and especially Dr. Naima Umar, who has painstakingly managed to bring us all together on this academic platform. She has more than 10 years degree in geography from Department of Geography, Aligarh Muslim University. She did a postdoctoral fellowship from ICSSR. She participated in various short-term courses in remote sensing, GIS, web technology, and she has written a number of books and publications, and she's actively running her site at Amazon.com, and they are sold at international markets. And she has written innumerable papers published in national and international journals. And she has participated in various national and international conferences. She founded the online AAIEI International Educational Institution and got it registered under the Government of India Act in 2020. A round of applause to her. A great task she has accomplished, really. I really, congratulate her, the amount of hard work that she has put in. And she has managed to cover 50 countries and more than 30,000 people who are involved in it. Hats off to you, really, Dr. Naima Umar. And keep up the good work that you are doing. Now, a few words that I would like to say, since the topic is on public speaking. And first of all, I would like to say, for a student, the key to success lies in your book. Turn every page to have a look, not just for the sake of examination, but also for every interview selection committee to be faced. It is important to have a look of confidence to be found. It is important to have a look of confidence which will only be there if you're well read too. And this body language gets transmitted to the selection committee or the award committee, and they are bound to select you. So for public speaking, number one is confidence, which you can only gain through 99% perspiration and 1% inspiration. Once selected as a leader, it is important to encourage and motivate others to emulate your ideas, execute your plans within the allotted time frame. So how to motivate others? This is very important. If you have seen the movie Troy, or even if you have not seen, you must have read about the story in your history books during your school days, in which Hector, the greatest warrior of Troy, motivates the Trojan army to fight the Greeks. A leader has to motivate his army also. Earlier on, nowadays, we are fighting very small battles. Imagine the big battles that people had to fight long time back. So then the way he's motivating the Trojan, his army, how to fight the Greeks, what he says, all my life, I have lived by a code, and the code is simple. Honor the gods, love your women, defend your country. Troy is mother to us all. Fight for her. See, this is what he spoke to the soldiers so that they rush out to meet the army that was coming, their enemy at that time. Then, if you remember, Achilles is a famous Greek soldier who fought with Hector during this war. So, what were the words that Achilles' mother spoke to Achilles when he was being told to come and join the war? You know how a mother is motivating her son to go, and you cannot escape from your fate. That's what she's telling, that you cannot escape from your fate, your destiny, whatever it is. So, what is she saying? She's saying that I knew they will come for you one day. And long before you were born, I knew they will come for you. They will want you to fight for Troy. And then she says that if you stay in your hometown, you will find peace and you will find a wonderful woman and you will have sons and daughters and they will have children and they will love you and they will remember you. But when you are dead, the children will remember. But then after that, their children and then their children, finally your name will be lost. But if you go to Troy, now she's saying that if you go to Troy, if you go for that war, because you are being called to go for that war, then glory will be yours. They will write stories about your victories for thousands of years. The world will remember you forever. But if you go to Troy, you will never come back home, for your glory works hand in hand with your doom, and I shall never see you again. So this is how she's telling him that even though I know very well that you will not come back to me, but then you are going to become very famous and the world will remember you. So leaders are always remembered, not only for the hard work that they do, but mainly for the sacrifices that they do for the sake of whatever that is dear to them. So leaders have to forfeit their comforts to protect what holds to them very much dear. So this is very important that leaders have to think, once elected, once selected, once they are made to lead, they have to sacrifice their own desires and think for the well-being of whatever they are leading, whatever institution, whatever country, whatever place that you are in. So it is so these are the few words that I wanted to tell the scholars and the students and the participants, that to work hard and to venture out into the world, which is there for you. The potential is within you. You just have to go out and reach the pinnacle. And thank you once again, Dr. Naima Umar. You have done a great job. And all the organizers, I'm extremely thankful to you for giving me this opportunity to come and say a few words. And I really like the spirit in which you have brought forth this program and accomplished to gather us all together onto this platform. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much, ma'am. Your encouraging words and inspiring words have really motivated our morals to this morning. Thank you so much. My key takeaway from here was, before confidence, before leadership comes one word, that is self. If you are self-confident, if you are a self-leader, things will automatically change, because it starts with one word, and that word is you. And yes, it starts with you always. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for inspirational words. Next on our panel today, we have Mr. Mohammed H. Ya Mohammadian Sir. Sir is a professor, international advisor, business coach, innovation mentor, academic consultant. Sir is also a senior researcher and experienced in the higher education, management, business, and healthcare industry. Moreover, he's the founder of the Research Center Academic Business Journal, startup head, small business funder, and entrepreneur. Due to his entire experience and expertise that made him extraordinary, I must say, I would request Sir to say a few words. Sir, as in Professor, IUMS and Principal Investigator at World Health Organization. I would request you, sir, to deliver a short lecture to encourage all the performers and the audience on public speaking. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for your very kind words. It's my great pleasure to have this opportunity to speak in this glorious event. It's a moment of great privilege and honor for me to extend a hearty welcome to all of you at this memorable event and glorious ceremony. International Public Speaking Competition, Speeches of Leadership. It's the essential word, essential concept, and competency in the challenging world. You all are aware that we have gathered here virtually or in person to welcome our prestigious participant. You know that development of a quality academic and professional competition event largely relies on committed organizing members, quality infrastructure, supportive mentor, and large pool of resources. And the last but not the least, hardworking and brilliant competitors and nominators. You will be glad to hear that our colleagues in International Education Institute primarily emphasizing on making our nominators as effective leaders and also successful professional influencers, not at the country level, but at global level. Through such a strategic program, international speaking competition, both innovative and professional aspect of public speak performances and effective communication, as well as leadership competencies will be shown. The leadership insists and needed the effective communication, effective listening, effective speaking. These competencies will be shown, evaluated, recognized, and awarded. I am sure that the nominators have succeeded in many respects, and I'm very certain that all current participant nominators, competitors will also reach the same peak of success. I strongly would like to place on record and appreciate the excellent performance of the chair lady, Dr. Naima Umar, and other session moderators, and also members of International Education Institute, who demonstrated all their best to design, organize, implement this great event. So I salute them for jobs well done. Again, I cordially congratulate and appreciate all participants and ensure that the Institute will do everything possible to issue an honorable certification and award so that you are able to shape up your professional life and career for challenging work in the future. I appreciate all of your jobs well done, and I'm happy to be with you in this event. Good luck.
Thank you so much, sir. Sir has so many times mentioned the word leader, which makes me remember a poem that I did and learned a years back. Be a leader, not a boss. The boss drives his men, the leader coaches them. The boss depends on authority, the boss depends on authority, the leader on goodwill. The boss inspires fear, the leader inspires enthusiasm. The boss says I, the leader says we. The boss says get their own time, the leader gets there ahead of time. The boss fixes blame for the breakdown, the leader fixes the breakdown. The boss knows how it is done, the leader shows how. The boss says go, the leader says let's go. The boss uses people, the leader develops them. The boss sees today, the leader also looks at tomorrow. The boss commands, the leader asks, the boss has never enough time. Leader takes time for things that count. The boss is concerned with people. The boss lets people know where he stands, and the leader lets his people know where they stand. The boss works hard to produce, and the leader works hard to help his people produce. The boss takes the credit, and the leader gives it away. Thank you so much for your inspiring words. We are overwhelmed to have you here. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Thank you. I think today is a day of learning, and definitely it will be written in the history. So much learning from such distinguished and elite people. I remember when I won my first international public speaking championship, I realized words could make you or mar you. And I, from that day, started to sing my favorite song. Yes, my name is Swar, so definitely music has to come in. It's only words, and words are all I have to take your heart away. Yes, of course, there's only words that can take your heart away, that can make you or your personality. Well, not taking much of the time. Next on the panel, we have our next eminent guest for today, Sir Syed Ali Nawaz Zaidi. Sir is an associate professor, Department of Law, Deputy Proctor, Aligarh Muslim University. Dr. Syed Ali Nawaz Zaidi is having Doctor of Law and has been working with 19 years of academic and administrative experience. Presently working as an associate professor in Department of Law at Aligarh Muslim University and holding the position of Deputy Proctor and advisor to foreign students at AMU. Prior to this, he also worked as Deputy Registrar in AMU. He has also worked in Lucknow University, Shia PG College as an assistant professor for 12 years. Sir has also authored one book on human rights and also got published several articles and research papers in national and international journals of repute. He has attended as well as chaired several conferences and workshops at national level. He has also worked for UGC's major research project as principal investigator. Sir, we are honored to have you this afternoon. Over to you, sir. Thank you. Sir, you are on mute, please. You'll have to unmute yourself.
Thank you so much for your kind words, Savarni ma'am. Respected E.R. Siddiqui sir, Mary Tahira ma'am, O.P. Singh sir, Mohammad Hassan sir, Abhishek Gupta ji, Tahira Khanam ma'am, Antonia Yanes Lopez ma'am, Sam Salim, and especially Naima ma'am. This is really a wonderful occasion that we are discussing a very pertinent and very important topic of today's professional life, which is public speaking. This is a very important component for everyone's professional life. So we are basically academician, and rather we can say that I'm an advocate by profession. And we have been having difficult situations once we have some students from the humble background or some students from the poor background. So for them, this is very challenging, and for us to inculcate the proper training to their mind, because being a lawyer, because I have been teaching law, and I'm just giving training to the professional students. So this is very important for us to give a proper training and proper knowledge that how can they become a good speaker, because for lawyers, or any profession, whatever we have. For lawyers, it is very important, because the perception in the society is that you being a lawyer, you are more educated. Being a lawyer, you are more confident. Being a lawyer, you are more dynamic in comparison to other professions. This is the public perception. I'm not sure about this. But the thing is that once we say that you are a lawyer, then your responsibility and the accountability is much more towards the society, towards the client, towards the legislatures, towards the government, because you are somewhere in a mid of the, in a centrifugal force of all those professions. So you are dealing with all the professions. Like you are taking up the cases of medicines, you are taking up the cases of the engineers, you are taking up the cases of the legislatures, politicians. So anyhow, so this is my contention, is that once you are, if you want to join a profession, you have to be a very, very confident man with a knowledge, with a expressions which can impress the other. The main thing is that when you talk to the judges, because you have to convey them, you have to tilt their mind towards you. This is very important, and this may only be possible because of your communication skill, your speaking skill. Because once you are talking in the boardroom, once you are talking in the courtroom, once you are talking in a legislatures with the legislatures, once you are talking with the company professionals, once you are talking with the civic societies, because you have to convince them, you have to convince your client. So every profession needs some kind of communication skill, and that skill is very important for them. So basically, we can say that, so art of speaking is very important for everyone's professional life, we know. And we just heard about this thing from the Siddiqui sir, Ubi Singh sir, Hussain sir. Very important thing they have given us, and we are enlightened, really enlightened from their discussion. But the thing is that being a speaker, what we have to do for all those who are online with on this platform, that always we try to copy others. This is my humble suggestion, is that we have to give you our own originality, and we have to convey others with our original, our instinct, whatever the basic instinct we have. The only thing is that we can inherit some idea, we can receive some idea from others, but we are not here to copy in our communication. We have to give our originality. We have to give our original expressions, because most of the time people are overconfident. They are there that they are good speaker, but the thing that with the moment they start speaking, the other persons are not giving importance to him because of the content of the lecture or his body languages, whatever he is having. So this is a very important factor, that whenever we are going to talk with the public at large, or anybody, the bosses, the judges, the legislatures, we have to keep control of our expressions. We have to give our speech or a lecture or our points of thoughts with more confidence, with full of confidence, and rather we can say that this is required for any success, because this is the profession where we can play with the words, the game of words. We are having, the law is having a profession where we can say that everybody knows law, everybody knows statutes. What are the statutes we have? What are the laws we have? And every lawyer, and the only the winner is that who is able to communicate things properly, who is able to communicate effectively, who is communicate things with the whole content. Content means the knowledge. Unless and until you're not having the knowledge, you will be, somehow you will able to communicate, but the impression you will give, that will be the half, half knowledge, half communication, that will not be worth for your professional life. So hopefully, I believe that this institution, raised by the Naima ma'am, it's a wonderful, initiative, endeavor he's taking up. My suggestions and my humble request is that please carry on this thing. This is very much required for people like Indians. We have this kind of problem at large. So we need to, take up these challenges, and just to make public or to our students more competent, more knowledgeable, more confident about the public speaking at large. With these words, I am going to sum up my this few words. Hope we'll meet next time. And Naima ma'am, you my best wishes, my good luck to you, and thank you so much for giving this platform to us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Actually, enlightening words for us. Confidence at its best. Well, it is said that teaching is the mother of all the professions because it is the teachers who give us the next generations. It is the teachers who give us the future. It is the teachers who give us all other professions. Very well said, sir. And we definitely had so much to learn from your words. Thank you so much for your valuable words.
Thank you.
Next on our panel, we have Dr. Tahara Khanum. Dr. Tahara Khanum S. is working as an associate professor and head, Department of PG English at Al Amin Arts, Science and Commerce College in Bangalore, Karnataka, India. She has 14 years of work experience. She completed her PhD in English language teaching in November 2018 from Mother Teresa Women's University, Kodaikanal, Tamil Nadu, India. She is serving as the National Joint Secretary at National Child and Women Development Council. She has a versatile personality, possessing a multiple qualities such as researcher, social activist, public speaker, counselor, soft skills trainer, writer, reviewer, blogger, poet, editor, editorial board member in International Peer Reviewed. Online open access and multidisciplinary journals, resource person at international and national level, country director India and advisory board at national and international organizations. Ma'am has served as a PhD examiner and adjudicator panel, thesis evaluator at various universities in India. She has conducted multiple workshops, seminars, and vocational programs. She has also participated in many national and international seminars, webinars, and in training programs. She has published many research articles, has delivered lectures on academics and other various topics. She is a recipient of multiple awards and accolades and has been a jury member in international and national contests. She is a recipient of 2 honorary doctorates for advancing the Joint Centralized Higher Management for Peace Ambassadors and also an honorary doctorate in Humanity and Peace in recognition of the generous support to the peace in the globe. To add more glory to her achievements, the Arab Translators Association on May 8, 2021 recognized Dr. Tahara's outstanding achievements and her efforts as pride in honoring one among 128 Arab and foreign outstanding figures. Many congratulations to you, ma'am, for this. And we are honored and delighted to have you speaking on this precious platform. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Greetings to everyone who are present in this excellent International Public Speaking Leadership Competition. Distinguished guests, speakers, and participants. First of all, I would like to express my gratitude to Dr. Naima Umar, founder AAIEI, International Education Institute, for having me invited as a guest and keynote speaker. I would like to say it is a grand design of nature. My speech has been started like this. You must be wondering why. I have been opted today to share my views on public speaking. There are treasures and memories in my life to express about public speaking today. Coincidentally, my career path took turn largely because of literary and public speaking skills. Basically, I am a BCom graduate. My active participations and winning the literary activities conducted during my college days are still young and unforgettable memories within me. Though vocal, self-confident, enthusiastic, and energetic I was when I was a student, yet the slight fear would encroach occasionally within me. To avoid that, I used to be poised under pressure. Fear is natural, and we all know that. Losing something is a fear, but we all know that we should never fear of failures. Any speaker who is not willing to fail is not going to be a great one. Coming back to me, I was not at all perfect, in fact. Every time attempts were made to capture the essential qualities of a speaker, I was a beginner in the principles of rhetoric and oratory skills. I'm talking about 2002, 2003 days, but the passion and purpose-driven goal to be a speaker convinced me all the times. To make the speech more interesting, simple things were put across in a creative way. The expressions of the audience would hint about performance. I would identify the audience gestures, which helped me in changing the content instantly, whenever it was required. So every effort was a new experiment to me during my college days as a participant. I merely focused on the prizes. My focus was always on performance and content. So to me, bagging prizes was not at all important. This was my little secret. Not having the prize consciousness, it would vanish the thoughts of competition and would ease me, like that was my relaxing mind techniques, I would say. The main purpose of describing about my own journey of a BCom student is here because of my literary competitions, because of my participations in many debate or any other activities. I was noticed by all. Likewise, I was recommended to take up Master of Arts in English than taking MBA or MCom by our commerce head of the department then. All this happened because of my public speaking skills as well. Of course, it was made sure by me to have an expressive voice, content, and I would have the presentability. With lots of hard work and effort, I almost bagged first prizes in all the literary competition. That's how my life got changed. So here I am today. Some may consider that public speaking does not contribute in effective communication. So they do not give more importance to it. Many parents stress on their children to pay attention on the academics and extracurricular development. Nevertheless, they do not understand how significant the expansion of effective communication and public speaking skills is for their children. Absolutely, we all know academics and extracurricular activities are important. But we, and also the parents, should not ignore the value of public speaking. Many adults and children suffer from glossophobia. So what is the meaning of glossophobia? Formerly, the term meaning the fear of public speaking is called glossophobia and is commonly found with people who have social anxiety. Some common symptoms include sweating, accelerated heart rate, trembling, shaking, dizziness, and nausea. In addition, many say that it is similar to street fright or our fright or fight response. To get rid of such fears, I would say speak up. Use the opportunities of events like what today Dr. Naima is going to start with, public speaking competition, as well as storytelling competitions or any debate. Public speaking enhances confidence. It plays a significant role of preparing child or any person and even an adult with the support to improve critical thinking, analyze a topic, form expressions, and present their views in front of the audience. By learning how to speak in public, individuals will be able to build their self-confidence. For most individuals, public speaking is one of the most predominant doubts or tough tasks. Mastering their skill in this hard task can support them in gaining the confidence they will need to face future challenges. Speaking frequently in public will make individuals relaxed around other people, including strangers. Once an individual starts expressing views in front of many people, the feeling of comfortability can open up in front of many people. public speaking helps individuals to polish up their verbal and non-verbal communication skills. Moreover, better communication skills also helps one to grab a promotion opportunities in their future when they start their career. The oral communication is considered as one of the top skills relevant to all job success. By learning the art of public speaking, individuals can boost their value and performance. So the first phase that career-minded students should follow is refining their public speaking skills. They should oblige and devote time to raise themselves as good speakers, no doubt. Speaking in competitions, gatherings, and events give us all the opportunity to grow not only as an individual, but also as a frontrunner. Many people in the world fear public speaking. They are frightened of let down and becoming a laughing stock in front of all. Nonetheless, if once they give a try to face their fear and their opinions on any topic, they'll feel much better. Let it be in any form. It can be any similar occasion. The interaction is must. Speaking in front of many people will give an individual recognition. It's a power. It's very impressive. It can change people's perspective about something. So parents, teachers, and students should give due importance to public speaking. It helps individuals to grow as a person, not only for educational purpose, but also for spiritual transformation as well. Dr. Naima, if I may take 2 minutes or 1 minute more.
Yes, sure, Tahara.
Thank you. Let me discuss about a simple trick to help you in public without showing your nose, that is for the students, especially here. There is an anatomical explanation for what happens to our voices that when we are under pressure, say speech language pathologist and University of Pittsburgh professor Jackie Gardner-Schmidt. All humans have vocal cords, also called vocal folds. They are folds of tissue which sit on top of our windpipes, right behind the Adam's apple. The real reason we have vocal folds is to protect ourselves, says Gardner-Schmidt. In fact, they do the very important work of preventing us from inhaling water into our lungs whenever we drink something. But researchers have found in experimentally induced stressful situations, be it public speaking, hearing a loud startle sound, or having a cold water put on your body, that the muscles around the voice box and the muscles actually inside the voice box react. They activate, and in some cases, they close all together. Of course, no one wants to sound shaky, squeaky, or choked up when they squeak. We want our voice to reflect our strengths, not our weaknesses. So this study, it talks about high-pitched voice have been correlated with the perception of anxiety, not being competent, not being strong, and not being trustworthy. So to avoid all this, she suggests doing an easy exercise. Hold up your index finger with a few inches in front of your mouth as you exhale, steadily making a woo noise. Yes, like this. Woo. It's a little kid pretending to be a ghost for 5 to 10 seconds. Do this 5 to 10 times. This exactly the same way essentially relaxes the vocal cords. It establishes breath and air flow and voice stability, which is the cornerstone of any strong, clear voice. So here I have to, there are many things, but due to lack of time, I don't want to take more time. I just end my talk here. I conclude here. I would just say a smile is worth 1,000 words. Step up, go forth and conquer. This is your day. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Yes, smile can kill. It is that infectious. Of course, if you are smiling, I think the first gesture when you come up on the stage is, are you smiling? How are you greeting your audience? Well, there's a small thing that I want to tell you. You go to McDonald's and you want to have something. Your mom tells you, you can't have it. Or, I don't have time. You'll quickly take something, isn't it? You want to have that takeaway. Similarly, when you are speaking in public speaking, Your audience wants that takeaway. Thank you so much for giving us so many takeaways today. We are really honored and delighted by your presence. Thank you so much. And your autobiographical elements that you had added actually added to the niche of public speaking. Thank you so very much. I am really enjoying the session thoroughly, and actually it is seeming that sometimes time actually flies, and today it is happening. I don't know, with me it is happening. Well, not taking much of your time, let me invite our next guest on the panel. Today we have a streamlined, I must say, the pearls of the ocean, the most valuable ones. So today I am presenting you one and one. See, now the next I have on my schedule is, oh God, I am going to announce the name. Yes, I have Ma'am Antonia Lorenzo Lopez. Ma'am has started managing international R&D projects more than 15 years ago at the Technology Transfer Center, TTZ, Brimwehen, Germany. Later, she returned to Spain and founded Biozil in 2003 with the hope of promoting sustainability, environmental protection, and efficient water management. She has also had the opportunity to work for the European Commission as an expert and evaluator in several of its programs, and has specialized in aspects related to intellectual protection and exploitation. We welcome you, ma'am, to the session.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your introduction. Good morning, everybody, chief guests, speakers, students, organizers. As you said, my name is Antonia Lorenzo. I am from Bioazul, which is an SME, a water engineering and consultancy located in the south of Spain, in Malaga. Well, first of all, I would like to thank you, Dr. Naima Umar, for the invitation and giving me the opportunity of being here today with all of you. And I would also like to show my support to all the victims and families who are suffering from COVID-19. The situation is getting better in India very soon. So today I would like to talk a little bit about my experience in public speaking and how important it has been to advance in my professional career. In my case, as already said, in 2003, I began my time as an entrepreneur, founding Bioazul. And since then, I have set my company guidelines for innovation in the water sector, sustainability development, together with a clear strategy on based on research, development, equality, and inclusivity. So through these years, I have to speak before an audience hundreds of times. So public speaking has become a part of my daily life. Has helped me to develop my leadership skills, to gain more self-confidence, and to be able to achieve my business goals, close agreement, and boost synergies with other entities. I have had to develop my communication skills not only in Spanish, which is my mother language, but also in English, as I am the representative of my company in meetings and events in which I have to present my activities, services, our innovations to approach not only future clients, but also investors and future partners as well for cooperation. So I would like to give you some tips on public speaking based on my experience through these years. So first of all, I think it's very relevant that you know your audience. It's important to understand your audience, their expectations, and their level of knowledge, also to adapt your speech to them. You have to plan also and structure your speech. Make a simple outline and memorize it. It will serve you as a script to remember everything you want to say. If you are using, for example, a PowerPoint presentations, try to avoid overloading them with text. It is much better that you use visual elements like pictures, graph, to catch the viewer attention and reinforce the message you want to transmit. It is important also that you get feedback on your presentation, on your speech. So you can practice in front of someone and then get their opinion, or you can also record yourself in a mobile and listen to you and see how it goes and how you can improve your speech. I think it's also very relevant if you memorize the first and the last line. They should be strong, the start and the end, while you still give you some room to speak naturally in between. If you are using notes, try to avoid burying your face in notes. This doesn't make a good, let's say, image. I think eye contact is also very relevant. You have to connect with the audience, and this is mainly done by this eye contact. Using poses, this is quite relevant as well. You can use them as strategy to get the attention of the audience. And I think one very important thing I have learned in this year as a presenter and also as an audience, that the audience is on your side. When you are presenting, the audience wants that you do it well. And this makes the process a little bit easier. You have to understand that they are with you, and then you release some pressure. So definitely speaking in public has allowed me to create new social ties, business opportunities, and a wide network of contacts that have helped me to evolve professionally. I would like to finish saying that communication is not only a leadership skill, it's not only a professional skill, it's also a life skill. So thank you very much again for the invitation, and I wish you a fruitful competition.
Thank you so very much, ma'am. It was really enlightening. And yes, the word communication, that gives me a quick, dive into what is communication. If I split this word communication, what do I get? I get you and I. Yes, try to split it. C-O-M-M, you and I, C-A-T-I-O-N. Yes, it's all about you and I, and public speaking is the major forte. Let's speak. Let's speak our hearts out. Let's speak the way that the others are actually listening to us. Thank you so very much, ma'am. It was really enlightening.
Thank you.
Oh, of course, last but not the least, we have Dr. Naima Omar, founder of AAIEI, International Education Institute. Well, if I start talking about her, yes, it'll be more to say with less time. Dr. Naima Omar has more 10 years of research experience and has doctorate degree in geography from Department of Geography, Aligarh Muslim University. Indian Council of Social Science Research, New Delhi awarded her postdoctoral fellowship. Moreover, she has also participated in several short-term courses on remote sensing, GIS web technology. Aligarh Muslim University awarded her the Certificate of Advanced Course on GeoWeb Services, Technology and Applications, satellite-based training for universities, sponsored by National Resources Management System, Indian Institute of Remote Sensing, Indian Space Research Organization, Department of Space, Government of India. Apart from this, her various books are published by well-reputed publishers and running actively on Amazon.com. And various high-quality papers are published in well-reputed national, international peer-reviewed journals and she has presented paper in national and international conferences as well. She has international exposure, Oxford University, UK. She is an honorary professor at International University, IIU. She is a country ambassador at GLT Abuja, Nigeria. She is also a general secretary at NCWDC, India. She is president at IDYMF Space Research Organization, India. She has founded an online AAIEI International Education Institute under the registration of Government of India Act in 2020. The AAIEI International Education Institute offers a platform for all those desiring to transform their lives. This institute invites all individuals who want to inspire others by their innovative ideas, successful business strategies, motivational thoughts, education and teaching science, space, research, and technology development. This institute organizes competitions, workshops, seminars, conferences, awards, summits, forums, both online and offline at the national and international level, and provides online courses and training programs that are meant to simplify and concentrate on people's difficulties. AAIEI has more than 50 plus countries and 30,000 plus people involved. Importance of public speaking? Yes, that's what she's put up today. Let's hear it direct from the horse's mouth. Over to you, ma'am.
Well, first of all, I would like to say thanks to all my honorary guests, judges, and friends, performers, and our chief moderators who are in court. So I would like to say from my deep core of my heart, thank you so much for giving your such precious time here. We have been heard about public speaking, communication is skill from many times. But do we really know how exactly it has been started? According to ancient Greek, according to Kennedy, ancient Greek were considered as to write on public speaking. At that time, it was very necessary component in democracy. Adult male citizen in 5th century basis were required to practice public speaking for governance and to perform in court. And they started learning rhetoric. What is rhetoric? Rhetoric is art of persuasion along with logic and grammar. They started learning rhetoric. Very famous Greek philosopher Aristotle said that if any individual maintain its ethical mindset, then they can take over rhetoric. And ethical mindset is very important. It's very important weapon for both society and individual gain. We may continue to learn the Greek antiquity. There are several notions are valid today in Greek about public speaking skill. For example, hope you have been heard about these words like ethos. What is ethos? Which describe the speaker's personality, which describe the personality of the speaker. And pathos. What does it mean, pathos? Pathos is related to the reaction of audience coming to the leaders or your performers. We are catching the reaction from the audience or emotional reaction of the audience. And next, logos, which means that persuasive argument. Persuasive argument plus reasoning. We have been heard about what exactly Greek followed, the terms how they started public speaking. Public speaking actually is a leadership skill. According to Heckman and Johnson, 2014, said that excellent public speaking is very necessary for a public speaker, for a good public speaker. And according to Bender, 1998, effective leadership requires an understanding what is important to you. We have to know about what is important to us, what is important to you, to delivering a content in front of audience, right? You have been heard about public speaking, but do you know how much it is important? millions of CEO of big companies is spending millions of dollars to attending public speaking courses, conferences, and employing public speaker to coach them, and spending so much money for buying books, CDs, DVDs. Why? Because public speaking is very important skill. Public speaking is an art of performing a speech to live audience in well-structured manner in order to attain them, persuade them, and to attain them. Public speaking has many phases: picking a topic, writing a speech, presentation, and receive the performance and receive the questions from the audience to answering them accordingly. In formal way, we can say public speaking is formal speech, face-to-face formal speech to a single person or group of listeners. Public speaking helps you many ways. For example, if you are going to do any startup, if you are start any business, if you want to run on international level, how you can communicate? You have to master your communication skill, public speaking skill, isn't it? If you want to expand your business at international level, how you can expand your business? You have to lead your group. You have to communicate with different diverse nation of peoples across the world. Okay, so it improves your self-confidence also. It's letting you know about what exactly you are. Whether you are fluent or not, whether you are good or not, just started public speaking. Somebody at one time, somebody started to laugh on you, somebody mock on you. Okay, but at one time, they will also appreciate you. They will also appreciate you. Trust me. So public speaking is very important nowadays. To conclude, I would like to state that in order to build and manage a team, business, startup, small groups, NGOs, you must use your public speaking talent. To engage in debates with government, political leaders, you must be an accomplished public speaker. And in order to make a positive difference in the world, public speaking abilities are critical, both online and offline. Benefits of public speaking are many. It builds your professional development, boost up your confidence, develop critical thinking, helps in personal growth. It makes social ties. It makes your social connection strong. Okay, international level, at international level. Learn how to convince people. Learn how to arguing with people with the help of public speaking skill. And it updates your vocabulary, your fluency. Build your fluency or learn about arguing is the two main things which makes you perfect to make your business or anything at national, international level. I'm just asking one question. Can anybody master any language in a single day or in a year? It takes time. It takes time. If any educator go to in classroom to educate student, what they do? What actually they do? They revise. They go through all things they are going to teach. Okay. And similarly, public speaker, when they are going to speak in front of people, they go through their speech before presenting their self in front of public. So in one day or in a year, it takes time. So public speaking is very important and practice can make you perfect towards it. So I am binding my word to say this thing. Public speaking is very important to show up your skill, your ideas at academic level or university level. Then it is very, very important to get higher in any corporate sector, to getting high paid job. So you have to, I think, it's my suggestion to all of you, you have to master your public speaking skill. Since your childhood, we have been in a mindset that we have to give academic education, but we forgot to give professional education or career education. So we have to give professional education also to set up your kid at very high level in profession. So this is suggestion to all of you. So practice public speaking skill and take part any event where it has been going to organize. And please, so I'm binding my word to saying thanks again to our esteemed guests, judges, and performers, my dear friends, and especially my dear Chief Moderator, Swarleen Kaur.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. It's my honor to be here, and I'm really thankful to you. Well, there is one thing and one question that haunted my mind in 18 years of my experience as an educator. What is one thing that I can give to my students? Every day when I came home, I questioned it to myself. What is that one thing that I can give to my students apart from giving them academic education? And the voice inside said, give them a bridge. Does that sound actually a little surprising? But yes, I thought, let's make a bridge for them, which can connect them as soon as they move out. As a PGT English, when I was training them for different debates, declamations, competitions, and preparing them for the outer world itself, it was important to give them that bridge on which they could travel to see the other part, the other beautiful parts, and the challenging parts equally of the world. What was that? Anybody can take anything away from you, but what anybody cannot take is your skill, your talent, and the potential that you have inside of you, which starts with confidence, leadership, the way to communicate. By the way, the recent research and survey also states the best and the most wanted skill in the upcoming years is going to be, in fact, has started to be, public speaking. So, well, what is a better platform to talk about public speaking? And I'm so glad and honored to be a part of this platform where we are talking about the importance of public speaking. Thank you, Dr. Naima Omar, for giving me the chance. I am really honored that you sent me an invite, and I was, oh my God, definitely. How would I not do it? Thank you for promoting public speaking, which is quite essential. When back in 2019, I went for my International Public Speaking Championship, I was actually taken as an underdog. Oh, she's a teacher. Okay. What will she say? I had to face number of CEOs, MDs, directors of the multinational companies. And somewhere I thought, actually, am I going to make it? But you know, the confidence plunges you deep into your ocean, and where you find that most valuable pearl for yourself, which becomes your asset. So make public speaking your asset. Make your confidence the root of that asset, and it's going to really hone very well. Thank you so much, everyone, distinguished speakers, educators, participants, judges, from the bottom of my heart, as a host of the Complete Unit, thank you so very much for gracing the occasion. Thank you so much.